Hello, hello, beautiful beings of light. It is Mandy. Happy Tuesday. I trust everyone's created an amazing day today. I just got done crushing an awesome workout, and I want to jump on here really quick tonight live like I did last night, kind of follow up a little bit with the video that I did last night, and talk to you guys tonight about how to stay committed. That's one thing I'm super passionate about, obviously in my own life, and also teaching others on how to stay committed. So once you jump on, comment below, say hi. Kind of adjusting the camera here. Comment below, say what's up. Give me some thumbs up, some hearts. If you're catching the replay, feel free to just hashtag replay below. I always like to see who's watching my videos. Hey, what's up, Kim? How are you, gorgeous? What's going on in your world? Long time no chat, sister. So tonight I'm going to be talking about how to stay committed. Last night's video was all about your story. What are you telling yourself? I was reminding you guys how powerful our words are, and that also that our minds are our own best friend. So we get to be aware of what we're thinking about, and obviously knowing that as well, we can commit to using our minds to support us in transforming and making new choices. And I apologize about the light, but it's dark outside and I have energy, and this is what works good for me to do the videos at this time. And I'm getting in my car after the gym, crushing an awesome workout, so it's just easier to do it this way before I go grab some amazing grub. So tonight, really quick, I'm going to talk about how to stay committed, okay? If you're interested, check out the video that I did last night on my timeline. Just go to my Facebook page, scroll down, and you can find more info there about that one, and then I did one last Friday as well, so check those out. Also in the comments of those videos are links. You can get the link to my YouTube channel, the link to my Emotional Detox Challenge group, which has tons of videos in there as well. And hey, Nancy, how are you, gorgeous? And my Emotional Detox Challenge group. And then also there's a link to a guided meditation, which I'm super passionate about sharing that with people, that I listen to every night when I go to bed. I do believe it's very powerful, and I do know for a fact that it was part of what supported me in transforming my subconscious mind and my programming and stuff, that allowed me to create an online business and travel the world, to heal my thyroid. Like, I just have so many things. I stopped drinking over 6 years ago, literally made the commitment, haven't drank in over 6 years. I know that it's not just one single thing that I did. I know it's a accumulation of the things that I committed to doing. So I want to talk tonight about how to stay committed, because I feel that that's where a lot of people have challenges is, people make the decision. They say, ooh, like let's say, for example, January comes around, New Year's resolutions. People say, ooh, I want to lose weight. I want to get healthier. I don't like the term lose weight, because anytime you're trying, like, let's just say, for example, if you lose something, then you're going to be looking for it. So even subconsciously, you're programming your mind. If you're like, I desire to lose 10 pounds, chances are you're going to have challenges losing those 10 pounds, because subconsciously in your program, you're basically, anytime we lose something, we are desiring to find it, right? So you may have challenges losing it, or you may actually lose it and then gain it back, and sometimes gain it back and then some. So being aware of our language is very important. So I actually choose to use the term release. So you can say, I choose to release, 10 pounds of body fat, or whatever that looks like. I apologize, I'm scooting my seat back. I just feel too close to the camera. So being aware of the terms that we're using, the words that we use, because words have energy, and our words actually go out before us and create our lives. So like I was using the example that at the beginning of the year, typically in January, people have New Year's resolutions, and they're desiring to release body fat, and they are motivated and they're excited, and maybe for the very beginning of the year, they're committed. And I ask you this as well, because it's surprising how this is March 1st. It's literally already the third month into 2022. I was like, wow, today is March 1st. So I ask you to check in with yourself, and where are you on your, I don't even like the word either, New Year's resolutions. I prefer the word New Year commitments or New Year intentions. I invite you, though, to check in with yourself as to where are you on your New Year intentions or New Year commitments that you created for yourself. And potentially you didn't create any, and that's okay too. You don't necessarily require doing that. I just think it's a very common thing. The reality, though, is look at where you are in your life and see if that's where you're desiring to be in every area of your life, right? Wealth, health, love and relationships, career. Those are some of the categories that I focus on, like in my coaching, for example. So I invite you to ask yourself where you're at in those areas. So back to my example is that most people start out the year, they're super motivated, and they're desiring to create some change in whatever way that looks in their life. And then for whatever reason, chances are, because the subconscious mind is so powerful, the subconscious programming takes over, and then a couple months down the road, which like I said, we're already in the 3rd month of 2022, people have fallen off the wagon, right? So I invite you to give yourself permission right now on this video. You can even feel free to type it below in the comments if you choose, or just say this out loud. I do recommend that you say these things to yourself in the mirror, and that you're literally looking at yourself in the mirror in your own eyes. And you say, I give myself permission to forgive myself, and I recommit. You're literally giving yourself permission to forgive yourself for XYZ, you know, not following up on your intentions or commitments that you set for yourself at the beginning of the year. I give myself permission to forgive myself, and I recommit. As soon as you do that, you actually release the resistance energetically, and you release yourself in terms of your programming in your subconscious mind. And chances are, even if you don't feel that it did anything different, it's definitely going to make a shift for you. It's going to do something different. So you can give yourself permission, forgive yourself, and recommit. And in fact, anytime you fall off the wagon, you can simply do that same thing. Because chances are, a lot of times when people fall off the wagon, let's say, for example, on the weekend, and they, you know, eat things that they didn't intend to eat, or maybe they're drinking alcohol or doing, you know, certain things. And then, have you noticed, this used to be me in the past, right? And then it's like you fall off the wagon and you're like, oh, screw it. I'm just going to all the rest of the weekend, you know, whatever, eat whatever. I'm not going to work out, you know, whatever that looks like. And I invite you to begin to make changes in that area. So say you go out to dinner Friday night, and maybe you do something that you're not happy with, or, you know, glad that you did. So you can give yourself permission to forgive yourself, and you can recommit, and you can nip it in the bud right then, right? And then you wake up Saturday morning, you're recommitted to your routine, whatever that looks like for you. Potentially you go to the gym, you know, you make your juice, you drink your water. But that is something that people can actually use. If you commit to doing that more often, I give myself permission to forgive myself, and I recommit. That will literally support you in sticking to your commitments, okay? Instead of saying like, oh, you know, I failed at that, and so I'm just going to, you know, for the whole rest of the weekend. Comment below if this is something that resonates with you. Like I said, this is something that I used to do a long time ago in the past, until I started becoming more consciously aware. And then I would find myself being like, oh my gosh. And that's honestly not ideal, of course. So the things I'm talking about here is how to stay committed. What's up, Jarvis? How are you? Hey, Tracy Ann. Nancy says, I still go back and listen to some old videos of yours. Good stuff, peeps. Oh, I appreciate you, gorgeous. Yeah, my YouTube channel has a lot of videos that I used to do on Facebook Live, and then I move them over to YouTube, so they're still accessible to people. So I appreciate you, Nancy. And, okay, so back to what I was saying is how to stay committed. I give myself permission to forgive myself, and I recommit. Begin telling yourself that. Literally give yourself permission to forgive yourself, because the reality is that we're all just like 3-year-old little boys and little girls in grown-up adult bodies, right? Who would have thought? So chances are, give yourself permission to forgive yourself, recommit, get back on track, okay? The other thing I want to point out is discipline. It definitely takes discipline and commitment. One cannot be lazy in their own thinking and think that things are just going to fall into place, okay? You're not just going to sit there and be meditating and trust that it's all just going to fall into your lap and fall into the sky. Yes, it is. There is a such thing as manifesting and things and things being in alignment, and us being able to manifest and create easily and effortlessly. But at the same time, it does take a committed effort on your part. It does take you being disciplined in your own thinking, and it does take you being disciplined in your own actions. Okay, and I think that's where sometimes people may have challenges as well. It's like you're thinking that you can just think your way there, and yes, thinking is a very crucial part of it and a very important part of it, but the action is also the other part of it. And I want to bring up this quote by Tony Robbins, which I really love. And I actually remember reading this quote and being like, wow, that's so powerful. And the quote is, he says, when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, then the person will actually change. Okay, so when the pain of actually staying the same becomes greater than the pain of actually making a change, then the person will actually change. And I, in my own life, have been there. I talked about this on the live video I did last night about when I decided to give up alcohol. I was like, I'm going to give up alcohol for at least a year. I'm going to heal my, childhood traumas. I'm going to heal my, my little inner child. I'm going to become, more aware. I'm going to bring those subconscious programs. I'm going to make those programs conscious. I'm going to start looking at these things. I'm going to start doing the inner work, the shadow work, the deep work, that a lot of people, shy away from. Okay. A lot of times that's what addictions are. People are addicted to doing certain things to escape their reality. to not literally face whatever it is that they're requiring to face about themselves and about their personality and about, their lives in whatever way that looks. So I invite you to start looking at those things in your own life, okay? So that's what I did. And I remember having that feeling, and I was like, the pain of me staying the way that I am right now, in all the ways that I was at that moment back in 2016, that pain was greater than the pain of me deciding to make a change and do something different. And in that freaking moment, I remember it was like, I can't really explain it. It was powerful though, right? And I'm sure you guys have examples in your own life of how when things have happened in your life and that it literally triggers something in you to, shift course of action in your life, shift directions, make decisions, saying, I'm never going to do that again, or, I'm going to start doing this instead of this, or whatever that looks like. But it can be a very powerful, crucial moment in a person's life. Once again, the quote states, when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, then a person will change. You guys, we are habitual creatures. Chances are you're doing the same things today as you did yesterday, and maybe the only thing that you ever do different might be on the weekends because you don't have to get up and go to work an 8 to 5 job or whatever your life looks like. And the truth is that you can create a brand new reality for yourself at any given moment. The power is always in the present moment of now. You can make a decision right now that you're going to do something different, and you literally will never do whatever that is for the rest of your existence if you choose to. Seriously, like I gave up alcohol over 6 years ago. I'm not saying I'll never drink again, but chances are I probably won't. I have no desire to drink alcohol. I have no desire, right? I'm so committed to being a certain version of myself, the way that I see myself and the way that I hold myself and the way that I even hold myself accountable, is that I'm committed to being a certain kind of way. And I used this example yesterday. People say, wow, how do you work out, 3, 4, 5 days a week? How do you eat so disciplined? How do you stay so lean? How do you any of the things that I do? And once again, I'm very passionate about teaching these things to people because you can change, you can transform, you can be doing the same exact things if you chose. Just like maybe you're committed to certain things in your life and you get to ask yourself, do I really desire to be committed to these ways of being? Maybe you go home after work and you eat and you drink wine or you drink beer and you binge watch Netflix. Like, is that really your highest choice? Chances are it's really not. And I'm going to be calling you forward right now. I invite you to take some inventory of your life. I invite you to look at what you're doing right now in your life on a daily basis. And is that going to get you the outcome that you desire? Is that going to get you the result, that overall dream and desire that you have in your heart? Most of the time, people have some areas in their life they can do a little bit of cleaning up, if you will, a little bit of sprucing up. Hey, what's up, Vincent? How are you? Now I'm just being funny. Hey, what's up, Brackbots. I said Brock because I saw the O in your last name. What's up, Shelly, my beautiful soul sister? I see your profile picture at the top. So I invite you just to take some inventory of your life right now in whatever way that looks for you. Call yourself forward. The first step of change is being aware of your own bullshit, honestly. Call yourself forward. Look at what you're doing in your life. Look at what you're doing on a daily basis. Look at the way that you're thinking. I talked in the video yesterday about the way that you can figure out what your beliefs are is you can look at what your stories are. We all have stories, and we can get really good at telling those stories and believing those stories, right? Most of the time, it's actually things that we've made up. It's not even actually true. So we're telling this story about our lives, and we're telling this story about ourselves, and we're using that as an excuse to stay stuck and to be committed to certain ways of thinking and certain ways of being that are no longer serving us, okay? And if you work with me and I'm your coach, I'm going to be really excited to call you forward on all these things, because chances are it's an illusion, and I would be doing you a disservice if I agreed with you and your illusion. So Shelly will tell you, I'll be the first one to call you forward on your BS in a very loving way, of course, right? And then people have these realizations and they're like, holy crap, like I've been this way for this long, and I can do something different. I can actually make a choice to think differently and create something differently. Like, I have that power. And yes, my friends, you do. You are that powerful. We all are that powerful. We are extensions of God, and we are powerful. What is that saying by Rumi? You're not a drop in the ocean. You're the entire ocean in a drop. I mean, seriously, like, get your faith up. Get your connection with God. Trust and believe that it is possible for you to create whatever it is you're choosing to create and to have the dreams and desires that you have in your heart. They are there for a reason, okay? So once again, calling yourself on your own BS, becoming aware of the stories that you're telling yourself. Check out the video that I did yesterday on my timeline. Listen to that video. It talks all about, hang on, I'm looking at something really quick. It's talking all about becoming aware of what your beliefs are based on what your stories are. We all have stories, okay? Chances are you made up this story when you were a little bitty kid. You didn't have the intellectual capacity to understand certain things. So you made up this story, and now all of a sudden, that's the way your life has been for the last 10, 15, 20, 30 years, okay? You bring that unconscious to conscious. You bring those programs from your subconscious mind into your conscious awareness, and you start looking at what those are, and that is how you shift and shape and transform your life. And I am living proof. I am living proof. And it is also, what I do to support my clients as well, whether it's one-on-one coaching or group coaching programs or whatever it looks like. And I have a lot of clients with very powerful testimonials that have worked with me in doing this same stuff. And obviously that's why I'm so passionate about it, is because I know that it's possible and I know that it can be done. And I was looking at my notes. The other thing I have here is to remind you guys that it is literally a moment-to-moment gig, okay? I'm not sitting here saying that it's always easy for me, that it's just like bloop, bloop, bloop. But I promise you that it's way easy for me right now in 2022 than it used to be back in the day before I didn't know all of the things that I know now. And it's like Pandora's box, because once you open up that box and you start seeing all of these things, then you can't ever close that box. You can't unsee it and you can't unknow it, okay? That's really the power of consciousness, okay? And not everybody is meant to wake up to a certain degree or level, and that's okay too. That's like a whole nother video in terms of spiritual evolution and our souls and all that. That literally would be a whole nother video. But the reality is not everybody is meant to, okay? We're all on certain frequencies. Chances are if you're here and you're watching this video and this is resonating with you, then that is because you are meant to wake up in this lifetime, my friends. So once again, it's bringing the unconscious and the subconscious programs into conscious awareness, seeing what it is, where did it come from, and then working on that. We get to feel it, to heal it. We do the deep inner work. We transform it, and then we create our brand new outcome. And like I said, it can be a moment to moment to moment to moment commitment, because like I said, even for myself, and the tools that I have learned, tools and techniques that I've learned that obviously I teach in my programs and to my clients, I use those myself. And that's how, if I was to fall off the wagon, it is very easy for me to just get right back on the wagon. Whereas me in the past, I took antidepressants for 16 years. I didn't know any better. My mom didn't know any better. She took me to the doctor because I wasn't eating. I was crying. I didn't want to get out of bed. This was like my junior year, I think, in high school. I took antidepressants from age 16 to age 32, and I'm about to be 42. So actually, in June, it will be 10 years that I weaned off of antidepressants. It is what it is. I didn't know any better. My mom didn't know any better. The doctor, that's what they do. They give you a pill. I took a pill every single day for 16 years thinking, oh, if I just take this pill, I'm going to be happy. If I take this pill, I'm going to feel good. If I take this pill, like all my life, all life's problems are going to be gone. Like I literally relied on thinking that the pill was going to be what was going to fix it. Nah, it didn't. Okay. For 16 years, it didn't. And I used to do all kinds of things. I used to go to church. I used to go to classes. I used to read all kinds of self-help books. It was not until I got involved in consciousness with a particular program and started doing a bunch of different things in that area, hired myself a coach, right? Got support in that way, that I literally woke up. Like I came out of, they call it like dark night of the soul. I came out of where I was. It's like a caterpillar, being in the cocoon, and the caterpillar coming out into a beautiful butterfly. And that's exactly what happened to me. And like I said, that's why I'm so passionate about supporting other people and teaching this, because you can do it too. It literally takes bringing the unconscious conscious and taking these subconscious programs, looking at those programs, rewiring your brain. Obviously, that's a thing, neuroplasticity, do some research, check out quantum physics. There's so much information out there on this stuff. And I'm really passionate about teaching this to people. And when I find that when I support people and having this awareness, their lives shift, and their lives shift, and the people in their lives shift as a result. And then they're paying it forward and supporting the people in their family as well, because everything is energy, and everything in our outer world is simply just a reflection. Everything right now in your outer world is just a reflection of your inner world. Literally, grasp that. your outer world is just a reflection of your own inner world. When you start to understand that, then you say, okay, well, if I'm not enjoying what's going on in my outer world, I just get to do the inner work and shift things here on the inner world. And when I do that, then things show up differently in the outer world. You can do it with people, situations, circumstances, events, finances, health, love, literally anything, because you're that powerful. Shelly says, oh yeah, and it's tough to hear at first, but it's that push to get you to be aware of it. Yeah, I have it all the time where I trigger people and they say, what, but it's not my fault, and I would have never created this, and I would have never attracted this, and blah, blah, blah. Believe me, I know. I get it. I remember when it first happened to me as well. I was like, what? So I can relate, and I love you so much, Shelly, and I appreciate you sharing so openly on the video, and you've made leaps and bounds, and I'm very honored to support you, and I acknowledge your commitment. Like I said, I've been there, done that. What is that other thing I was thinking of? For sure, like that meme where it has the butterfly like in the cocoon, and then it's like coming out. I posted a meme. I think on my Facebook story, and I did actually post it on my Instagram page, but it's pretty funny, where it's like the butterfly is like, oh shit, what's happening, or whatever, and let me out of here, what the F, and then it's like, this shit hurts, and then it's like, oh wow, I'm beautiful as fuck, or something, and then it's like the butterfly. It makes me laugh, because it's so true. Like when we're growing through it, it doesn't feel that great, but we honestly require growing through it to be able to get to the other side. Okay, so I'm sending you guys so much love, super positive, high vibes, and healing energy. Thank you so much for being on this live video. Once again, if you're catching the replay, hashtag replay at the bottom. Feel free to comment below, say what's up. Feel free to share this video on your timeline, or tag whoever it is you choose, or share it to them in Facebook Messenger. If you are requiring support, comment below or send me a PM. I would love to support you. I would be honored to support you. If you resonate with me and my message and my energy, definitely let me know. I have a program starting next Monday, March the 7th, and it's called Me Versus Me, because let's face it, that's what it is. At the end of the day, it's just you versus you. Stop playing the blame game. Stop saying that it's everybody else's fault in your life. Take responsibility for your life. Take responsibility for everything that you have going on in your life right now. I promise you, you will be glad that you did, and you will be able to shift your life, shift your reality. You'll be able to look back at your life. Like, think about it, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Like, what are you choosing to leave? What is your legacy? What are you here for? What are you doing? Like, this is what I do. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. They say when you're passionate about what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. I mean, I don't ever feel like I don't work, because it's not work. It's play, and I enjoy it, and it's what I'm here to do. It's definitely my divine mission. Trey T, what's up, my friend? I appreciate the love. It's literally my divine mission, and it's so easy for me because I just open my mouth and it comes out, and it's channeling. Like, it just comes right through to me. So it's what I do. It's what I'm here for. I take it very seriously. I'm obviously very honored when people are feeling called to have my support, and that's what I do. So I have a program that starts on Monday, March the 7th. It's called Me Versus Me. If that sounds like something that resonates with you, send me a PM. I will give you the details. I'm only accepting a limited number of clients so that I can actually do what I'm doing right now for everyone in the group, but also individually. You get a lot of support from me. You literally, I will be your coach. I will be your biggest cheerleader, and I will support you in looking at your life, of where you're at in certain areas of your life. We'll look at all the areas, and then we'll focus on where you're at and then what you're choosing to create. And I'll teach you guys all about how to shift it. I'll have a lot of stuff in this program that I have never had in any of my other programs. I actually kind of cocooned a little bit myself from like mid-September all the way until like mid-February, where I literally was just investing time and energy in my own self. So I started incorporating a lot of things that I hadn't done before and that I've never taught in any of my programs, which I'm really passionate and excited about, teaching others. And it's going to be incredible. So I'm sending you guys so much love, super positive, high vibes, healing energy. I'm choosing to just inspire you guys, motivate you, give you love and encouragement and support. What's up, CJ, my friend? I appreciate the love. Life is short, you guys. Life is short. Like, be committed to being the best possible version of yourself. Be committed to being look at this hair. Be committed to being your higher self. Like, it really can be fun and easy, and you will literally feel better about yourself if you actually choose. Instead of staying in the realm of unconsciousness like a train on tracks, chances are you're going to continue to be creating the same thing in your life that you have been creating if you don't do something different. If you don't decide that, what is that other I keep on coming up with all these things, but yeah, I mean, if you're in a place where you're not happy with your life, or you're not happy with yourself, and you're not happy with the decisions that you're making, and you're not feeling good about yourself, you require shifting. Honestly, you require shifting your self-image, and it's all possible. It can be done. What's up, Martin? How are you, my friend? Long time no chat. So once again, the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. I'm sending you guys so much love, super positive, high vibes, and healing energy. Right now, give yourself a big old hug. Like, give yourself a hug. Give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself that love that more than likely you're giving to everyone else. Self-love is the key to transformation. So love yourself. Love yourself deeply. Become aware of yourself. Become aware of your thoughts. Bring these things into your, frontal lobe, into your mind. Bring them into your awareness of what they look like for you. And I invite you to recommit, whatever that looks like. Give yourself permission to forgive yourself and recommit. If you just jumped on this video, I encourage you to listen to it from the beginning. Go back and listen to it. And then, once again, if you require support, comment below, send me a PM, however that looks. And I love you guys so much. And we'll chat soon. Mwah. Until next time, peace.